This adorable little baby is a joy to behold. Who can resist the charm of a beautiful infant, gracefully displaying those precious, delicate facial expressions? This little one seems a bit drowsy. As you continue watching, brace yourself for a surprising twist. Out of nowhere, a ghostly face appears, sending shivers down your spine. Prepare to be caught off guard by this chilling clip. Initially, it appears to be an innocent showcase of a child flaunting her dancing abilities, resembling one of those heartwarming home videos that parents share with their friends. However, the plot takes a mysterious turn when the little girl ventures into another room. Anticipation builds as we await her return through the door, wondering if she'll break into tap dancing or an Irish jig, inviting us to join in the dance. What happens next is entirely unexpected. I was completely deceived. I found myself anxiously waiting, eyes fixed on the doorframe, eager to uncover the surprising revelation. As this unfolds at midnight, campers become frightened, prompting them to investigate the source of disturbance. Suddenly, something appears in front of the camera. This eerie photograph has become an internet sensation, featuring a selfie taken by two girls in an otherwise vacant classroom. However, the seemingly empty room reveals an unsettling surprise. A mysterious figure, dressed in black with long, dark hair obscuring its face, ominously hovers to the right behind their shoulders. Unlike the typical transparency associated with ghosts, this figure appears solid. The girls wasted no time sharing the photo, intrigued by the enigmatic presence. Their peers denied being in the classroom at that time, and the eerie figure certainly doesn't resemble an average student. The collective shock prompted others to scrutinize past school photos for additional evidence of the mysterious entity. Their investigation yielded chilling results. In another photo, a hand mysteriously appears beside one girl during a class picture, while another captures a figure peeking up from behind a different student. Delving deeper, the students unearthed newspaper records revealing a grim event that transpired on the very spot before it became a school. A woman had tragically lost her life to intruders. Could this haunting figure be her spirit, seeking retribution for a life cut short unjustly? A witch establishes contact in this video from inside the wardrobe. With multiple cameras strategically placed throughout the premises, Camera 1 captures a door closing and opening on its own in one room of the abandoned building. Later in another room, the wardrobe starts to shake mysteriously. The Russian investigator, after walking around the home for a bit, returns to the room with the wardrobe. Speaking to the witch in Russian, he presumably encourages her to make her presence known, and she complies.
Вы можете дать какой-то знак.
The eerie wardrobe shakes again. The investigator approaches to inspect the situation. Finding nothing, neither behind nor above it. Is this witch casting a spell that will haunt us? The eerie occurrences certainly suggest that it may have worked. This mysterious clip begs for some explanation. It unfolds with a young woman shown in the dark, emanating fear in her expression. Next, the scene transitions to another girl donned in a hospital gown, seated on a hospital bed. Someone else records her with a camera, creating a voyeuristic atmosphere as if an audience is watching her. Adjacent to the bed, a chair lies overturned on the ground. The girl clenches her fists in her lap, her eyes appearing dark and sunken. As the unsettling sequence continues, she tilts her head slightly from side to side. She opens her mouth wider than one would expect. Her mouth takes on an inky black hue, mirroring her eyes. The resulting scowl is undeniably frightening. The enigmatic events within this brief time frame raise numerous questions about the nature of the scene and the unsettling occurrences taking place. Haunted home exploration. Understanding the eerie atmosphere of a haunted home is challenging without experiencing it firsthand. However, these two individuals appear to be attuned to the haunting, allowing all of us to sense it vicariously. Published by Lomer Menz in August of 2021, this two-person paranormal crew embarked on an investigation at an abandoned secret hideout, only to discover that they, too, were under scrutiny. As Lomer talks about the hidden place, he begins rubbing his chest, expressing a sensation of difficulty breathing.
Oh, it's starting to get a really weird tightening in my chest. I can barely breathe.
It could be asbestos, or perhaps something more intangible. In the next room, thumps and the sound of metal being thrown are heard. Lomer investigates, and Mo, hearing the commotion, asks if Lomer threw something at him. Lomer, captured on camera the entire time, denies any involvement. Despite this, something was thrown over Mo's head, and he feels like someone touched him. A second later, Mo hastily leaves the room, rubbing his back.
Something got thrown over my head.
Oh my, what the?
The question lingers. Did something touch him again? In another room, using both a spirit box and an EMF meter, Mo queries the spirit's location. A female voice responds indiscernibly, and a demon-like voice cuts in, coinciding with the activation of the EMF meter.
Spirit, where are you right now?
No!
Lomer reports hearing the woman say, "In the closet," while Mo thought she said, "Good question."
Spirit, where are you right now?
No!
Upon exiting the house, something is propelled out the window at Lomer. He believes it flew at his neck, leaving a mark.
Up on my neck and everything? Is there like a mark on my neck, guys? I don't know if you guys can see that.
The unsettling question remains, what does this spirit want from them? At the sound of a mysterious noise outside, a resident bravely ventures to investigate. What unfolds is nothing short of terrifying. The resident steps onto his terrace, armed with a flashlight, cautiously surveying the surroundings. During several sweeps of the area, something disconcerting materializes on one of the scans. Direct your attention to the right-hand side of the screen. The chilling question arises, did you see her? The resident certainly did, and the encounter leaves an indelible mark on the unsettling events that transpired that night. This video was filmed in Gettysburg, a town steeped in history due to a significant battle during the Civil War. There has been much speculation of the lingering spirits of soldiers haunting the town since the time of the battle. In an attempt to validate the existence of ghosts, two individuals drove to the battleground and parked on one side, anticipating the capture of something peculiar or mysterious. As they waited in anticipation, their patience paid off. After some time, they witnessed a figure clad in an old military uniform. Their astonishment and shock were palpable. This occurrence revives the age-old belief that the spirits of soldiers may wander due to not receiving a proper burial, a consequence of the circumstances surrounding their deaths. Some people also entertain the notion that soldiers who died in battle continue to roam in the afterlife, uncertain about the outcome of the conflict and curious to discover which side emerged victorious. Typically, drivers are advised to be cautious of animals when driving at night. However, in this video captured in Bangalore, India, the driver encountered the opposite of any living creature on the road. Initially hesitant to proceed, the driver noticed what seemed like a spirit standing at a distance observing as he drove down the road. Eventually, he decided to pass the spirit at top speed, unable to discern any details from the silhouette on the road. The occupants of the car found themselves conflicted about what they witnessed, pondering whether it was a person or a ghost. Numerous questions surfaced. Why did the figure just stand there? If it was a person, was he attempting to hitch a ride? Why didn't he signal to them? These and many more questions raced through their minds, leading them to the conclusion that it was more likely a ghost, adding an eerie twist to the encounter. This incident unfolded in Mexico in September 2016, captured not on a dash cam, but on a surveillance camera. In the early morning, the road was deserted with no passing cars until the camera detected something peculiar, a figure resembling an apparition. The apparition, appearing as a small girl with long black hair dressed in white, raised eerie questions. Widespread belief suggests that certain spirits, following their demise, may reenact the circumstances of their departure. This phenomenon is often associated with deaths resulting from car accidents or hit-and-run incidents. It is theorized that these spirits manifest on the very road where the tragic events unfolded. To verify the authenticity of what the camera recorded, the observers examined footage from other camera angles. The conclusion that the figure was an apparition seemed consistent when viewed from different perspectives, resembling what many would describe as a ghostly presence. While some individuals may hold differing beliefs, the prevailing interpretation leans toward the eerie possibility of encountering a spirit on that deserted road. In this video, the driver leisurely traverses a lengthy road when suddenly, an anomaly catches their attention, something distinct from the ordinary elements typically associated with reality. The driver, taken aback, decides to halt and investigate the peculiar sight. It appears as though someone is attempting to cross the road, but the details of the person remain obscured at the other end of the thoroughfare. Despite the broad daylight, the figure's shape is discernible in the image, yet there's little clarity. As the driver approaches the spot, visibility remains challenging, leaving everyone with lingering questions. What swiftly crossed the road? Was it a ghost or perhaps an edited video clip? The uncertainty prevails, and while no definitive conclusion can be drawn, there is a collective inclination to entertain the notion that it might have been a ghost. Share your thoughts. Do you sense the same uncertainty? What's your perspective on this intriguing encounter?